Alright everyone, so today we're going to go over solving two-step linear equations. Now, let me just do a quick little breakdown here. What would be a one-step equation before I go into two-step? So, one-step equation would be something like this. 2x equals 10. Because you only need to do one step in order to solve this. Your one step would be to divide, right? Okay, what's another example? X over 3 equals 5. Because all you have to do, again, one step, multiply by 3 to both sides. X equals 15. Okay, so that's an example of one-step equation. A two-step equation would be something like this. 2x plus 5 equals 25. Okay? Now, it's two-step because you have to do two steps before actually solving it. First thing you would do is subtract 5 from both sides. Because what you do to one side, you do to the other. Again, positive 5 minus 5, just 0. I'm going to rewrite the problem. 2x equals 25. And now we just solve it. Opposite of multiplication is division. And we want to get x by itself, so we divide by 2. Because there's 2 right here. And apparently I can't subtract. That was 20, okay. And we divide by 2. X equals 10. All right? So that's a two-step equation. Where are your two steps? Getting rid of this right here would be step 1. And then getting rid of this right here would be step 2. And again, it could be written in many forms. You can have another example be written down here. Let's say x over 3 minus 2 equals 10. Okay, so the first step, keep changing colors, would be, again, just like we did here. This was our first step right here. Here, our first step would be to add 2 to both sides. And then we go ahead and get rid of the division right here. Opposite of division is multiplication. So we multiply by 3. $36. Okay? And again, where were the two steps? This was step 1. And this part here was step 2. Okay? So let's just do a couple more examples. Just to kind of practice. $3x plus 9 equals 39. Okay? So again, the first step, the goal is to solve for x, right? Isolate the variable and solve for x. So we're going to subtract 9 to both sides. And it's not even subtract 9, it's subtract whatever number is there. You're always going to do the opposite operation. So if this is addition, you're going to subtract. If it was 3x minus 9 equals 39. Since this is subtraction, you're going to add 9. And what you do to one side, you do to the other. See? I subtracted 9 to both sides right here. I added 9 to both sides. Okay? So you always do the opposite operation right there. Opposite. Plus, minus. Minus, plus. Okay. Let me go back. So we have 3x equals 30. And again, this was step 1. Step 2 would be to divide by 3. Because opposite of multiplication is division. X equals 10. Have I done this already? Similar one. And I'll start working over here. Step 1. Add 9 to both sides. Step 2. Rewrite the problem. 3x equals 48. And this is where we divide. This is your step 2. X equals 16. There we go. All right, let's do one more example. And this will be our last example. So I'm going to write this one a little differently. 5 minus, this one's going to be tricky. 5 minus x over 4 equals 25. Okay? So, we have our problem. Just like before, step 1, we want to get rid of the single numbers, okay? So in this case, that'll be right here. That'll be 5. That's a positive 5, okay? Because there's nothing here on the left. It's blank right here. So that's a positive 5. So we're going to subtract 5 to both sides with the equation. I'm going to rewrite the problem. Now, step 2. This is division right here, right? This operation. So the opposite of division is multiplication. What would we multiply top and bottom by to get rid of that fraction? 4, right? But here's the trick. There's a negative there. So let's go ahead and multiply by negative 4. If you don't multiply by negative 4, you're going to have a negative x equals whatever. And then you still got to do one more step, okay? So you're going to have x equals, what's 20 times negative 4? Negative 80. Okay? And you know what? I'm going to teach you how to do a check. All right? So let's just write this somewhere. Check. I'm going to write the original problem. 5 minus x over 4 equals 25. And we know already that x equals negative 80. So the way you check if your answer is correct, and this is how you can always get a good grade on the quizzes and stuff, is if you get your answer for x and plug it back in. Okay? So I'm going to do that. 5 minus, put another parentheses, negative 80 over 4 equals 25. So a negative and an, you know what, I'm just going to do this part first right here. Okay. 5 minus, we know that'll be negative 20. Negative 80 divided by 4. Okay. Negative times a negative is a positive. So 5 plus 20 is 25. So the left side of the equation, basically this whole side right here, should equal this whole side right here. And in our problem, 25 does equal 25. All right? So hopefully this was easy to understand. Two-step linear equations. Remember, there's 2 steps in order to solve them. And you're always doing the opposite operation, okay? Always do the opposite operations. All right. See you guys on the next one. Peace.